The Curse of Oak Island Season 12, Episode 13 Recap. Steel Caissons in the Money Pit. In Episode 13 of The Curse of Oak Island Season 12, Caissons Ho, the Lagina brothers and the dedicated Fellowship of the Dig embarked on a pivotal chapter in their quest to unravel the island's treasure mystery. The episode dives into a monumental excavation effort in the Money Pit area. Additionally, intriguing discoveries across Oak Island hinted at connections to historical treasure deposits. The episode's centerpiece was the launch of a large-scale dig in the Money Pit, targeting the fabled Chappell Vault. Treasure hunter Frederick Blair and his drilling operator William Chappell first encountered it in 1897 at a depth of 153 feet. It is a 7-foot-high, concrete-encased chest. After months of groundwork, including core drilling and groundwater testing that revealed man-made workings and precious metals over 150 feet underground, the team pinpointed multiple promising locations. With Vanessa Lucido from Rock Equipment's aid, they deployed 7-foot-diameter steel caissons, aiming to bore down over 200 feet if needed. The Oak Island team goes deep into the Money Pit with steel caissons. The first caisson, dubbed True Believer in a ceremonial naming led by Rick and historian Doug Crowell, symbolized the perseverance of generations of treasure hunters. As the oscillator began grinding the caisson into the earth, the team hit wood at 87 feet, some hand-hewn with axe or adze marks, followed by a massive wrought iron spike at 91 feet, suggesting they might be nearing the original Money Pit structure. Back in the Money Pit, a new wash plant, overseen by Rick, Scott Barlow, and Billy Gerhardt, processed spoils from the caisson dig, uncovering a heavy, square metal fragment that hinted at ancient craftsmanship. At the lab, blacksmith Carmen Legg examined a hand-forged iron spike found the previous week on Lot 1, linked to Blair's treasure map of 3 boulders. Dating it to the early to mid-1700s, Legg and Culligan suggested it might have anchored a boulder, tying it to Duckdenville's failed Nova Scotia campaign and a documented plan to bury treasure in a pit with a secret tunnel. Todd Langseth finds a diamond-like object in Lot 5, and the swamp reveals a man-made structure. On Lot 5, near the shoreline, Jack Begley, archaeologist Fiona Steele, and assistant Todd Langseth explored a mysterious round foundation. Their efforts yielded a small hinge, potentially from a chest, and a dazzling glass gemstone or diamond-like object found amid soil-matching Money Pit samples. Lab analysis by archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan later confirmed the gem as a high-league content paste jewel, a French innovation from the early 18th century, possibly tied to the 1746 expedition of French Admiral Duckdenville. This raised theories of Lot 5 serving as a staging ground for Money Pit operations, with someone of wealth and significance overseeing the work. Meanwhile, in the northern region of the triangle-shaped swamp, Rick, nephew Alex Lagina, and others investigated a curious wooden structure uncovered at a depth of 3 feet. Accompanied by stacked rocks, this find echoed a cobblestone pathway and slate vault previously discovered nearby, prompting geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner to conclude it was likely man-made, possibly linked to cargo transport routes from centuries past. The team speculated it could lead to additional treasure catches, though definitive proof remained elusive. For over 2 centuries, Oak Island has captivated treasure hunters with its whispering pines, murky bogs, and one tantalizing promise: a buried treasure so vast, so mysterious, that people have died trying to unearth it. The History Channel's The Curse of Oak Island has taken that legacy to the next level, following Rick and Marty Lagina as they pour time, passion, and millions into solving the island's ultimate riddle, the Money Pit. And now, the Fellowship of the Dig is going bigger and deeper than ever before with their most formidable weapon to date, steel caissons. These massive cylindrical shafts of reinforced steel aren't just an upgrade, they're a declaration of war against the treacherous depths of the Money Pit. A treasure too cleverly hidden. The Money Pit has always been a puzzle wrapped in mystery, allegedly designed with layers of traps, tunnels, and booby traps meant to prevent any would-be digger from reaching its secrets. Previous digs over the years uncovered oddities like coconut fiber, flood tunnels, ancient stone markers, and even fragments of parchment and leather, fueling theories that range from Knights Templar treasures to Shakespeare's lost manuscripts seemed near. The island fought back, collapsing shafts, sudden floods, and vanishing clues sent diggers back to square one. The island earned its curse, claiming the lives of 6 men and taunting others with near misses. If the treasure truly exists, it wasn't just buried. It was protected. That's why the Laginas and their team have now turned to technology that dwarfs anything attempted before. Steel caissons driven deep into the earth to isolate and control their dig. Bringing in the big guns, the caissons, some measuring over 10 feet in diameter and more than 100 feet in length, are delivered to Oak Island in massive convoys, then maneuvered with towering cranes and hydraulic drills. Watching one of these steel beasts lower into the money pit zone feels more like an oil rig operation than a treasure hunt. This method, known as large-diameter shaft drilling, allows the team to remove earth, rock, and debris from within the caisson while keeping the surrounding ground stable. As the caisson is driven deeper, the team sends camera probes and sonar into the dark voids below, searching for anomalies, wooden structures, voids, and potentially treasure chests. But the biggest payoff might not be gold. It's the historical evidence lying in wait. Hope in Shaft Day 2 and the Garden Shaft connection. One of the season's most dramatic moments comes when the team decides to plunge a steel caisson directly into a promising anomaly found near Shaft D2, a spot linked via old maps to past dig efforts and water tunnel theories. As the layers are peeled away, excitement builds. Wood fragments dating back to the 1600s, mysterious imprints in the soil, a void that appears unnervingly symmetrical. Gary Drayton's metal detector suddenly lights up with a top pocket find signal. It's a corroded, unfamiliar artifact, part metal, part stone, with carvings no one can immediately identify. Theorists on the team leap to possibilities ranging from Phoenician relics to French colonial tools. And then there's a stunning moment. The artifact may line up with similar items pulled from the garden shaft. Could it be that the garden shaft and the steel caisson operation are zeroing in on the same target from different angles? More than treasure, a portal to the past. The deeper they dig, the more the team seems to unearth a network, wooden chambers supported by beams blackened by time, with planks shaped by hand tools never seen after the 18th century. One chamber, partially collapsed, contains strange stonework that suggests more than just support. It could be symbolic. Rick Lagina stands over the edge of the steel shaft, peering into darkness with reverence. This isn't just engineering, he says quietly, this is storytelling from the past. And he's right. Every level unearthed inside the steel caisson is like peeling back the pages of a lost manuscript, written in timbers, packed clay, rusted nails, and odd angles. The island strikes back, but the curse hasn't given up just yet. As the caisson reaches a crucial depth, a high-pressure water surge bursts through a cavity below, flooding the bottom. The crew scrambles to stabilize the structure as pumps roar into action. It's not just a physical obstacle, it's a historical one. Flood tunnels built by whoever hid the treasure still seem to function centuries later. Is the caisson close to one of the legendary flood tunnel entrances, or is it merely a coincidence of geology and bad luck? Regardless, this close call only adds to the aura surrounding the dig. The team is forced to reinforce the caisson with extra collars and extend it further downward in hopes of breaching a final barrier. Are they closer than ever? With weeks of work inside the caisson producing some of the most compelling finds in years, including hand-hewn beams, pieces of what could be a chest hinge, and strange blue clay not native to the island, the question resurfaces. Could the treasure be just a few feet away? Marty Lagina remains cautiously optimistic. We've chased a lot of leads on this island, he admits, but this caisson operation feels different. It's not just a dig anymore. It's a revelation. A new chapter or a familiar end. As this chapter of the Curse of Oak Island unfolds, fans are torn between hope and skepticism. The steel caissons have opened a path where old legends meet modern technology. Every clang of metal on stone, every whisper of earth collapsing inward, feels like a countdown to either a monumental breakthrough or another close call that keeps the curse alive. But perhaps that's the magic of Oak Island. The treasure is as much in the hunt as the gold. In every muddy boot, every lost tool, every page of forgotten history rediscovered one timber at a time. One thing is certain, with the steel caissons firmly in place and the Fellowship more determined than ever, the money pit has never been closer to giving up its secrets.